I can see it. I'm grabbing that link.
Okay. All right, everybody. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. We're not dropping frames right now. We're okay.
We are all right for now.
We're all right for now.
I was just
Sorry,
worried.
sorry about that, everybody. Jesus, motherfucker! I got fucking shitting the
Shit
optical
fuck.
processors.
Who needs ad revenue? Shit fuck goddamn my asshole.
You dumbass. We don't have any ad revenue.
That's true. That is unfortunately true. Well, whatever. It's just us now. It's just the real ones.
Yeah, it's just us.
It's just the boys.
Is the boys. But yeah, they're doing fucky shit in the CW show. What's new?
At least it'll be over soon.
Yeah.
And then we can get
Yeah.
all the fucking 11, 12, agility billion hour retrospective videos.
Yeah. Hey, guess what?
Hey, what?
Ezra Miller pled guilty to the burglary case.
Yep, they took a plea deal and they're going to be serving some community service time and a $500 fine
Yep.
because they're a rich white person.
Yeah. But hey, they're admitting fault to an extent,
Mhm.
as much as they're willing to, at least.
They're admitting fault as much as BP Oil admitted fault.
Yeah. Who knows? Who knows? Warner Brothers, yeah.
God, I hope this person is just the fuck out of here this time next year.
Yeah. Who knows? Like every single thing they have said about Ezra Miller being the Flash has been very, very diplomatic.
Mm-hmm.
Of like, a movie's coming out and we don't want to badmouth it, but we can't say any.
We paid a lot of money to get Michael Keaton back.
So, on the next thing, Warner
Yeah.
Brothers Discovery is selling vast library amount of movie soundtracks and latest money making move.
Yeah, this is fucking crazy, honestly, because this is gonna fuck up a lot of future projects they might do. But I understand why they're doing it because they are in black at the moment.
Red.
Or red, yes, they're in the red at the moment. I'm sorry, I get those mixed up. They're in the red at the moment, and they need to get in the black, and this is a quick, easy way to do it. But oh God, it means if they want to use this music again in the future, they're gonna have to pay other people for it, and it's gonna mess up things like the YouTube Content ID system even more.
It's also going to fuck up all of Looney Tunes.
Yeah,
It's very.
not great.
It is very short term profits for long term negativity.
Yeah, it's fucking imagine if they ever want to use John Williams' Superman score again.
Yeah. You know damn well Disney's gonna be like, oh, we're gonna buy that just to fuck with you.
Oh my God. That would be unironically amazing. That would be like late stage capitalism, but entertainingly fun.
um, um, and a variety of rumors have been going around of just like, oh, this is gonna be the new Superman. This is gonna be this. Oh, here's leaks
There's
of.
been like four different guys that people have been tossing their names around, going like, "Oh, this is clearly who they're gonna go with. This is what they're going with. James Gunn, this is who you're going with, right?"
And James Gunn goes like, no, no.
Hmm. We're not even close to casting yet, bitch.
Um, stop giving them ideas for Chip and Dale's. I'm the one who came up with the idea, Buster.
Yeah. Why you gotta go after me?
Basically someone says Jacob Eldory rumored. James Gunn goes like, my thoughts are no one has been cast on Superman yet.
Yeah.
Casting, as is always the case with me, will happen after the script is finished or close to finish, and it isn't. We'll announce a few things in not too long, but the casting of Superman won't be one of them.
Yeah, people keep trying to jump the gun with this thing, and as we keep saying on this podcast, it's gonna be like a year before we have some really solid, cool stuff to talk about. It's all gonna be
And
like ideas and concepts getting thrown around at least until the summer.
it's going to be a year till we have anything to go off of. And then it's going to be another year. I believe it should take another year before we start seeing any.
Into is the last Snyderverse thing.
Yeah. Media goes so fast people think movies take them out. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. It's back. It's back.
No, it's just hiccuping.
It's hiccup. It was a hiccup, Buster. Stop being Chicken Little. The sky's not falling.
Yeah. We'll make it through, prove it to you. Any more news?
Batman director teases a future meeting with the new bosses, James Gunn and Peter Safran.
Yeah, Matt Reeves has been doing a whole lot of interviews this week, tossing out little bits and bytes of information here and there about how the planning for the upcoming The Batman sequel is going and how it's going to fit into the larger DC plan going forward. And basically, the word right now is they are going to definitively be separate universes. They're working on a DC universe and they're working on a Batverse for Matt Reeves' stuff, which... Honestly, while I did really want them to build a universe off of the Batman when I came out of it, I'm kind of fine with that because Matt Reeves clearly has a very specific directorial vision that he has for that and for whatever's going on with the Penguin show and whatever other stuff we might get coming out of this. And if he wants to keep it separate, that's his prerogative. I'm glad WB is allowing him to do that.
It doesn't add nothing. It's just more of like, hey, don't expect this to be part of the DCU when discussing it. This is like kind of like think of it as its own thing.
Yeah.
I personally would have really liked it because I liked that version of Batman, and seeing that version of Batman go up against like a Superman, that'd be interesting to see. Not in like fight or conflict, but just like that Batman growing and becoming a superhero next to a Superman growing and becoming a superhero. That'd be interesting to see.
Oh yeah, definitely. But one of the other interesting things he did say during all these interviews that have been happening is he is kind of planning a trilogy at the moment, and he wants to make sure that the future movies stay focused on Batman, because he feels like that's been a problem with Batman movies in the past, is they get too overwhelmed with new villains and other characters popping in and out, and he wants his trilogy to very much be about Batman as a character, which I think is really interesting.
No, I wouldn't mind.
Robin?
Robin, yes, but like, why do they have to recast Batman?
I mean, they don't have to. They just have to. They just have to convince Robert Pattinson to be Batman in two different things.
Heart of Batman, Rise of Batman.
Also, I'm sure WB execs would be like, well, we don't want to confuse general audiences.
James Gunn will say, it won't, we're good. And even if we do confuse them, what difference does it make? They bought the ticket.
Yeah.
Like, really?
There it is.
I don't think. Here's the thing: if I were the person naming them, I would name them after like some classic Batman like concepts, like the Batman Legend of the Dark Knight, or something.
The Caped
like that.
Crusader.
Yeah, that's the last one when he fully becomes like the
Dark Knight is already taken, man. You can't go with that.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, take those kind of conceptual ideas. Yeah, people have been confused about the MCU and they still buy tickets.
What's a multiverse? I don't know. Oh, Doctor Strange, yeah.
Like, how many videos were there explaining why that Professor Xavier wasn't the Professor Xavier from the other fucking movies? You know?
I mean, even we were a little confused about it.
I personally believe that it's a Professor Xavier from a universe that's much more in line with the cartoon.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they did play that song.
And he also had the yellow fucking wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no. Hey, Batman stuff's happening. Good. Hope it comes out good.
Yeah.
In the meantime, we got some Marvel Comics news.
Oh boy.
We got some new cosmic shit. Marvel Comics announces Groot, a 4-issue miniseries. Focus previously announced Guardians of the Galaxy will relaunch and tell the origins of Groot.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a lot of setup and legwork for Groot Fall, and I can't lie, I'm not super interested in it, but I'm sure it will do well considering how popular Groot as a character is these days.
Yeah. Also, how many people were just hyped at the fucking Guardians new designs?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I thought it was a Marvel XDC thing. God damn it! No, 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 no. It's Marvel. It's just pure Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah. The art looks neat enough.
Yeah. Who's the green boy? Who's the green boy that made Buster Fink TC?
That's Captain Marvel.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did wear that costume a long time ago, didn't he?
Yeah. The Captain Marvel movie even made a reference to it.
Sure did.
Yeah, no, that's the Kree uniform. That's what the Kree wear.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing as Captain Marvel was originally a Kree, Marvel
Yeah.
reviewers first look at Marvel's Voices Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, this is a thing that's coming out next month. Where is it coming out next month? Feels like it should have been out a few months ago, but I guess they're doing it as a Black History Month thing.
Yes.
Uh, and it's got a lot of short stories in it from a lot of writers you like, one of which is Black Panther Beyond. The last Black Panther, I think it's officially called, but it's basically Black Panther Beyond.
Yeah.
Uh, and I don't know, it looks kind of like a thing. I don't know
And
if I'll read it.
if you like Black Panther, it'll probably be a lot of good stuff for you.
Mm-hmm.
I like Black Panther, so I'll read it.
I'll look forward to your report.
Speaking of Black Panther, we got his ex-wife, Storm, and she's getting a retro series.
Yeah, these are still a thing apparently.
Because it's a good marketing thing. It's like, hey, we're bringing back a classic writer to step back into the shoes of the past and write a story from that time period.
Yeah, so if you remember in like Mohawk Storm and
Which
Hoodie Costume Rogue, there
which
you
I
go.
think is Outback era where they were in
Yeah.
Australia.
Yeah, this is late Outback era, I believe.
Yeah. Because I think early Outback era, Storm didn't have powers.
Oh man, what if the Reavers show up?
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's coming out May. Look at it. Look at all those cool designs. Good designs.
Yeah.
For a time, the X-Men were based in Australia.
Yeah, it was a whole thing.
So that era is often called the Outback era. Also, we're getting into Darth Vader miniseries.
Yeah, this is basically in the same vein as those, as like Batman Black and White, Superman Red and Blue, fucking Moon Knight Red, White, and Blood.
Yeah,
But for
Marvel
Darth
tends,
Vader,
Marvel tends to do Marvel it tends to be Red, White, Blood because they did one for Moon Knight, they did one for Wolverine. I think they did one for Daredevil, Elektra.
yeah, and now we're getting one for Vader, which is going to be Jason Aaron's return to Star Wars comics.
Yeah.
Hooray! I don't know how to feel about this. Vader's really overexposed in recent years, I feel like, but some of the stories have been good, so maybe this will be good.
Here's the thing, I think Vader has just been their most consistent Star Wars book that people have been like, this is good. And they're just capitalizing on it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the end of the world to get more Darth Vader stories.
Oh yeah, it's not like we haven't already gotten a bajillion pieces of merchandise of that guy before.
Yeah. But we also got some other We also got some other comic news. Basically, hey, to take this DC thing because Green Arrow artist explains how fans can extend the series beyond 6 issues.
Yeah, this is basically the artist for the book went on Twitter and said, if you like this book and you don't want it to get canceled, pre-order it at your local comic book shops. Because we're now in a period of such instability at DC where creators have to beg for you to buy their book in order for it to continue. Remember, Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow felt like it should have been 12 issues, but it only got 8 because DC didn't believe in Supergirl. And I guess that extends to Green Arrow now as well, who I thought was like one of the most popular B tier DC characters, but apparently even he's not safe from these, I don't know if Green Arrow will sell kind of attitudes.
I think DC's at the point where it's like a middling success is not big enough success.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Marvel's just like, oh, you're selling okay consistently. All right, keep going.
Yeah. And I think that stems from all the uncertainty there's been with DC's parent company in the last few years, and the fact that Marvel had a period for a few years there where they would cancel a book and it would get really popular in trade and they would have to bring it back. And I think they've kind of learned from that.
Yeah, not even day one. Yeah, no, comic book publishing is a big different beast. And here's the thing: pre-ordering video games, dumb. Don't do it. Pre-ordering comic books. If you are buying comics, always pre-order your books.
Yeah, always go to the guy at the counter at the store and say, "Hey, can you make me a pull list? I want to be reading this, this, and this."
Because that's how much the publishers know how to print.
Mm-hmm.
It is very much to gauge demand.
And it's also beneficial for you because then you don't have to get there super early to go to the stand and buy your books. You can walk in at any time of the day and go, "Hey man, you got my books?" And they'll be like, "Yeah, here." And then you pay for them and you leave and you're good.
I'm not saying like you need to learn how to do it, Buster. I'm just saying like as an industry standard, pre-ordering comics is way less scummy than pre-ordering video games.
If you're going to read comics week to week, month to month, and you have the money to actually buy them, you should be going to a store and pre-ordering.
Yeah. Like, pre-ordering comics is not that scummy of a thing.
Yeah.
And he's just saying, like, show DC that there's a demand for the book. That's what he's saying.
I mean, like, it's also, like, just beneficial to keeping the industry alive in that, like, this is something I've heard parodied a lot in recent years. There are comic book stores that literally pay their rent on Batman pre-orders.
Yeah. Speaking of another book that you won't have to pre-order because it's going to be a free comic book day, Ranger Academy.
Okay, it's finally time to talk about this thing, everybody. All right, so this is the book that got announced a little while back that is going to be the next project from Boom Studios and is going to be kind of within their greater, we're doing original shit even though there's a huge universe we could play off of universe. And it seems to be, I think, like a future Mighty Morphin thing because they're wearing uniforms that kind of look like a mishmash of the SPD and Time Force civilian uniforms. But the command center is very much in the foreground, and you got all those silhouettes of different Ranger suits. And this is going to be an ongoing. We're just getting like a sneak peek issue for Free Comic Book Day. And I gotta tell you, I'm not super hyped for this because I look at this and I go, a lot of those character designs look like they're just made to appeal to the side of Tumblr that I don't love. Yeah, the stream did crash, Nightmare. We're back now. And it's in a very painted art style that I'm not a huge fan of. And it looks like it's another thing playing off of Mighty Morphin when it could have just as easily been an SPD book, or a Time Force book, or a Lightspeed book, or a Beast Morphers book, or a book based on any fucking season that's paramilitary.
Here's the thing. That little blue thing in the crystal looks like a doggy.
Yeah, it looks like they've got Rangers from different planets in this, which, hey, wait, that's great. I like playing with continuity like that. But I'd like it more if this was a name I was familiar with.
Yeah.
Like, I hate to be that guy. I hate to be like that. Oh, I know what it means, so I'm going to clap guy. But I haven't been given the shit. I know what it means. It's so goddamn long. I'm fucking jonesing for that shit. Did you all see how much I freaked out over Lightning Collection Mesicog on Friday?
You're jonesing for clapping.
Yeah.
You want to make the soy jack face. That's what you want to do.
I want to do that so bad, and Power Rangers just isn't doing that because they're too busy at making 40-year-olds do that.
Here's the thing. I I genuinely believe that the marketing team and all the people who are dealing with the license just don't think anybody knows anything about Power Rangers other than Mighty Morphin.
Yeah, because it was a team that was thrown together real quick when Hasbro acquired the license, and clearly most of them only know Mighty Morphin and have had to learn as they go. I mean, we've only just now found out through leaks that RPM is coming in the Lightning Collection at some point this year, even though that's like one of the most popular series of all time.
Uh, Sidetrack. I'm so used to seeing Boingo and Pan not have hands that I was genuinely surprised seeing Vac's arm. Good God, I need to talk to real people.
Yeah, sorry, I'm a real person. I don't get into that VTuber shit. That's not my drug.
Yeah,
I get into that screaming sunglasses guy shit. Go watch some of my videos on my YouTube channel at the Vacuuminator.
but it's just like because the fan community for Power Rangers is already a much nicher fan community than something like Transformers.
Mm-hmm.
And how long did it take the Transformers team to go, wait a second, they like Monkey?
Yeah.
Like, think about it like in that terms. Now you have an even more niche community featuring even more niche and 10 times more different franchises.
Uh-huh. It's rough. It's rough out there, I'll tell you. And like I gotta agree with Buster. Buster's saying like this is my last chance for interest in Power Rangers comics. Power Rangers fans will freak out if anyone looks at them funny. I don't know if this is my last chance because, like, I'm not against doing original ideas, but you gotta mix that shit in with the existing shit. It can't just be MMPR and then we're going off in crazy directions with shit from after MMPR that isn't even the actual shit. You gotta workshop it. You gotta mix. You gotta mash, and they're not doing enough mixing and mashing. It's like one part MMPR, four parts Boom Studios original, and I'm like, could we have it be one part MMPR, one part stuff, one part like Disney era, one part like Neo Saban era, one part Boom Studios original? That would be nice.
I think it's literally just it's the Sonic problem. There is so much goddamn Sonic that's all completely different, and every fan has a different version of Sonic that it's easier just to focus on one than ignore everybody else.
Yeah, it's rough out there. It's rough out there, but like the main series is solid right now, so I can't get too mad unless this is just complete dog shit. Like if this is 0-1 level dog shit, oh, you gonna hear from me. You gonna hear from me. But I'm gonna
you're
give it a
gonna hear.
chance.
We're gonna hear from you. We're gonna hear from you on this podcast, and you can subscribe to the channel, and you can hear whenever that happens.
Mhm. Also, fucking screaming white man, a vacuuminator story. That's the title of my autobiography.
Uh, hey,
Hey,
and something I don't think anybody asked for. Mark Miller announced his 24 franchise crossover, including Kick-Ass and Kingsman.
yeah, he's just taking any one of his properties that's remotely popular and is doing a big crossover book.
Which is like all of his independently owned properties.
Yeah, because, like, all of that shit just would make so much sense together. It's not all completely uncompatible and weird.
I mean, it's not. Like, I can kind of see it working.
Hmm.
Actually, hold on. Give me 1 second. I want to see something. Okay, hold on.
Boingo getting rowdy up in here. Yeah, and, like, Nightmare, I think Molar is doing this to fuel a potential movie because Amazon bought the rights to all his shit, like a year or two ago. So I think this is him. This is Molar on his normal bullshit of just trying to get an adaptation made and not caring about whether the comic is actually good or interesting.
So back in my halcyon days of a high school computer program,
Mhm.
I read a comic called Wanted.
Oh, you've told me this story.
Guess who writes it?
Mark Millar.
Yeah.
Have
I
you
wonder.
seen the Wanted movie?
I did. It's not great.
Can you curve the bullet, bro?
Here's the thing, curving bullets in the comic is like nothing. It's not even like that important. It's just like a thing he can do. Like legit.
But the movie makers saw that and they went, "Oh, Matrix effects. Oh."
Here's the best part. The last panel of the whole comic is the main character making an O face up at you at the camera, and the caption reads, "This is my face while I'm fucking you in the ass."
Oh, never change, Mark. Never change.
Like, here's the thing. If he's doing a big giant crossover, if the main character from Wanted isn't the bad guy, I'm rioting, Mark. Because you have a character who in the comic is described as a supervillain, and you don't make him the bad guy? Come on.
So are you gonna read this?
Maybe. Because I actually like, I have fond nostalgic memories of Wanted. Like, it's edgy bullshit, but like,
man, what is the actual name of this? I need to check.
I don't know. Hold on. What is it? Selling is Miller World imprint, Miller World. I don't see a name for it.
I think it's okay. So if you've ever wanted to see,
Big Time. His next big challenge is Big Time, a crossover that will involve 24 of his franchise titles. If you ever wanted to see Hit Girl go up against a work with the likes of characters from Kingsman, then Big Time is the book to keep an eye out in spring.
Oh boy. Well, boys, I guess much like Spider-Man, we've hit the big time.
We've hit the big time.
Yes, Big Time Rush is gonna get a cameo in this Mark Millar comic.
I would not be upset at that. It's so incredibly dumb. I also just realized how expensive.
With you, buddy. I'll make a blood pact with you right here, right now. Even though I've never read a Miller comic, if you read this, I'll read it with you on the show.
Fucking hell. Also, I just realized how expensive this book has to be, the print, because there are no white gutters. All the gutters are black.
That's pretentious.
It's just like, oh, we're in a world of supervillains now. Oh man. Oh wait, I wanna find the one panel with my favorite goddamn.
Nightmare wants you to do it.
Oh, I'll do it. I will be doing it. I'll read it.
Yeah.
Hold on, I want to find. Okay, so this is edgy nonsense that no one should like or appreciate. It's dumb and bullshit, and no one likes it. Like, it is not valid in any which way. It is kind of bullshit. But my favorite line in this, someone says to another character, "Happy goat fucking, Mr. Rictus." He responds, "What? What did you say to me?" "Nothing." And then Mr. Rictus responds, "I don't fuck goats, Mr. Gibson. I make love to them."
You're a sick man, Mark.
Mr. Rictus is a character who was formerly a priest. He died on an operating table and did not see heaven or God, and went nothing matters and became the ultimate nihilist, indulging in every single petty hedonistic thing he wanted to.
See, that sounds like a character that if Frank Miller, or not if Frank Miller, if Grant Morrison wrote it, it would be awesome.
Wanted is so dumb, it's hilarious. Oh, I hope to God Wanted's in this. Oh, God.
Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do that at the summit. Just the video of you reading Wanted to me like a bedtime story.
And I just get to, I don't fuck goats. I make love to them. I thought that was so fucking clever in high school.
I bet you did.
Like, I would show, like, I didn't show it to everybody. I showed it, like, I would go up to Snow Cone, like, oh man, look at this comic I'm reading, look at this fucking line. It's so fucking, it's hilarious.
How did Snowcone
I
react?
don't remember. I think it was just like, all right, cool.
That's how Snowcone reacts to most things. It's either, oh, all right, legit, or, oh, I need that.
Oh. He always makes that, oh.
He always sounds like a fucking gorilla about to rampage. I love you, Snowcone.
Oh. Hey, speaking of Snow Cone toys,
Yeah, toy time,
guess
boys.
what?
We got the Build-A-Figure for the X-Men
It's
wave.
time to look at some big chodes.
Is it Chode or is it Chaod?
It's probably odd, but it looks like chode.
Mm.
You make it Snow Cone sound like Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, this is hey, this is actually appropriate for Snowcone talk because this is heavy reuse of the Abomination body, which is pretty dang old at this point. You can really see it in the hips and knees. But it's got resculpted hands, not resculpted to have the correct number of fingers for Cha'ad, but just to add some more fins and shit. And there's a new head with an opening jaw, and obviously he's got his little buddy. Uh, I think it looks fine. However, I'm going like, oh man, I would like to see this colorway of this body as Abomination. Like, give it a proper Abomination head.
Yeah.
But I don't know shit about Cha'ad. I'm probably gonna maybe get like 2, maybe 3 figures on this wave. But looks like a solid Build-A-Figure. I'm glad that people who like Cha'ad will be getting him, because there does seem to be a weird amount of them.
Most of them were probably saying his name Chode, and they're just giggling that dude named
Mhm.
Chode.
There's also been people, because apparently there was a 5-point articulated Toy Biz figure back in the day during like the X-Men cartoon.
Yeah.
Apparently there's a lot of people going like, oh, this looks just like that 5-point articulated figure, but with modern articulation. I want it because I had that or I saw that when I was a kid.
Hey,
Because, you know, that's a thing that always happens.
guess what? Japan loves Spider-Man, and they made some Spider-Man toys. SH Figure Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
Yeah, these are the Across the Spider-Verse Miles and Gwen, who you may think like, oh, I've got into the Spider-Verse versions of them. I don't need new ones, and you're kind of right, but also these are brand new looks. First of all, Miles, his costume has been a lot more streamlined. It looks more like a legit costume made from the ground up rather than a homemade affair this time.
Yeah.
He's also definitely way older in this movie because he looks a lot taller and still very skinny and spindly. And I don't know if I love that. SH Figure Arts are known for being kind of fragile and use your adult gloves with those. So I don't know about how stable this figure is going to be, but
This
it
is
looks
looking
great.
this is looking much more like a Yamaguchi.
Yeah, a little bit, but
In
I
terms
think
of
that's
like,
just the animation style.
yeah. And then we got Gwen.
Gwen, who, even though she doesn't look it right off the bat, she does have a lot of little changes in her costume. First of all, she's wearing sneakers instead of the ballerina slippers. They've moved the webbing design, the like blue and pink webbing design, which was like in her bicep area, down to be like a fingerless gloves thing, which I do really dig, but I miss the ballerina slippers, and honestly. Even if we get like a Legends of this, I don't think I'll be getting this version of her. I'm perfectly happy with my Spider-Verse version, and same goes for Miles. I have PS4 Miles, and I'm happy with that. But for people who need a figure of every look, unless Mafex just pulls it out again like they did for Spider-Verse, I think this is going to be a good first shot. The only thing I could really say against them as figures is they did the raised texture web line thing, which I always hate on Spider-Man figures. It feels really weird on my fingers, and it looks weird on a lot of figures. And I
It
think
looks
this is
good
no
on these.
exception.
I think it looks good.
Hmm.
It makes them look like golf balls.
Yeah, but I don't like my action figures to look like golf balls, so it doesn't work for me. But I'm sure there's plenty of people out there who have already pre-ordered these.
Hey, guess what?
Hey,
They're also
we're
probably
get
gonna make
2099. Yeah, we got that teaser image.
Miguel O'Hara, everyone's favorite Hispanic Irishman.
I'd be willing to bet we're getting Spider-Woman too.
Yeah.
And maybe like an updated Peter B.
Yeah.
Golf balls are fun, but not as action figures.
And then we got 3-0. Another Iron Man. Look at that Iron Man.
Yep, they're making the armor from the first Avengers movie, the one he gets at during that confrontation with Loki, which, that's cool. Just keep working your ways backwards in time, boys. Eventually, you'll get to one I care about. We're close. We're very
Here's the thing.
close.
I don't think anybody can make a bad Iron Man figure at this point.
Yeah, the Iron Man figures are like down to a science now.
Yeah. So it's not really exciting to see a new one. It's just more like, oh, all right, cool. It's another Iron Man figure that's going to be fine. It's going to be good.
Hmm.
Oh, hey, Blue Lantern Kyle Rayner.
Yeah, this was a thing that happened very briefly during Blackest Night, and Todd, if he can make a variant, he's gonna make a variant. So he made a variant, and it looks solid. It looks fine. I like the new effects parts. But there's been figures of this before, and I've never wanted it, and I don't want it now. Sorry.
Yeah. If you get it, Kyle Rayner, you want Green Lantern Kyle Rayner or White Lantern Kyle Rayner?
Yeah. Also, something about this costume makes his rubber underpants even more obvious.
So, okay, here's the thing. This pose makes his thighs look enormous.
Yeah, he's got them. He's got them birthing hips.
Those are some Chun-Li thighs.
Hmm.
Those are some Squisha watermelon thighs.
Why he blue? There was a brief thing in Blackest Night where they needed extra representatives for each corps, so a bunch of established DC characters got lantern rings for various corps. Like Wonder Woman became a Star Sapphire, the Flash became a Blue Lantern along with Kyle. It was a whole thing.
Yeah.
Lex Luthor became an Orange Lantern.
Mine.
Yeah, mine.
We also get some more page punchers.
Yeah, they're doing an Aquaman wave this time. Probably this was probably meant to tie in with Aquaman too. And these look fine. I don't mind these designs. They're not as like horribly over redesigned as the Flash wave was. I don't love that beard and shoulder pad on Arthur, but the rest of it looks pretty good. Like that's a solid Ocean Master. Black Manta, you can kind of do whatever you want, and as long as he has that helmet design, it's gonna look fine to me. And it doesn't look like they changed up Kelder too much.
Black Manta looks good. I don't mind the Aquaman. It just needs like another pass.
Yeah.
Because I don't mind him having a pauldron. I just think it needs like it's too big.
Hmm.
I also like the texture on his shirt though. The texture's good.
Yeah, that's a solid interpretation of scale mail, which is what Aquaman shirt should be.
Hold on, I'm being
An
hailed.
Aquaman should wear a shirt.
I'm being hailed. You can hear it.
What else can I talk about? What else can I talk about? I don't know. It's nice to get another figure of Kelder, this version of Aqualad. That's cool. And the Ocean Master doesn't look too far of a departure from the original guy. Uh, I'm doing fine, Buster. I'm doing fine and dandy. Got a little bit of work on my next video done. Probably going to do the majority of that tomorrow, though. Probably going to get up, go to the gym, come home, edit the video, work on a side project for a little bit, maybe do some housework too. Maybe chill out and watch something or play some video games.
I have heard too many stinky things about Velma. Hell, it is.
No, we don't talk about Velma here. Velma not a good thing. I'm not talking about that side project. I said a side project because I don't want to talk about it publicly.
Hey,
Hey.
guess what? We're getting a Kingdom Come Batman.
Yeah, this is pretty solid looking. Uh, it's a good capture of that costume. It's not a costume I've ever particularly cared for, but hey, Kingdom Come has a lot of fans. And also they released some pre-order images where if you look on the back of the figure, he's just straight up wearing the Rocketeer's jetpack.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, this is an older Batman and he needs a power suit armor.
Yeah. It's solid. It's fine.
Yeah. It's exactly what it looks like.
It'll do the job. It'll fill a hole in your collection.
And then we got some Muff toys. What the? It's a Clark.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. I forgot about this. This is a third-party company that makes 1/12 scale figures similar to Mezco's 1/12 collective line, but they're unlicensed. So this is technically illegal, but they can't get caught because it's original designs. And this is just straight up a fucking 30s Clark Kent. And God, do I love the look of it.
No, you know what this looks like? It looks like it's just clothes to put on your 112 Superman.
Yeah?
Just like clothes and accessories to put on your 112 Superman. It's
I could,
not. It says it's a figure.
yeah. You're getting a body. You are getting a body, but it looks it looks fantastic. I love this. I would love to get this if I had the money. And I would love a Lois Lane to go with it.
I'm looking. Yeah.
Like a classic, again, like a classic 30s ass Lois Lane.
I'm looking at the pre-order is only 25, and it's a lot more things. Okay.
Yeah, it's a $25 deposit.
But that's all the news.
Is it time to talk about comics?
It is time to talk about comics.
Oh my God, there were so many comics this week. They just there were comics that were comics, and then there were comics that were more comics, and then there were comics that were so many comics. There were so many comics I didn't have time to read any independent comics.
So many comics. Comics. Hey, guess what? We both read Wolverine.
Yes, the continuing adventures of Beast the Bastard.
But this time it's Wolverine getting out of the bullshit.
Yeah, he kind of gets his shit together this issue, which was nice to see. Uh, I like the whole arc of this issue being that kid showing up and immediately being like, "Oh, what the fuck happened?" and Wolverine being like, "I don't know what the fuck happened," and then they slowly figure it out to the point where Wolverine goes like, "Oh, that's what the fuck happened." All right, everybody, let's go kill Beast.
Yeah. Beast is a bitch. But I also like the whole going through Wolverine's past and him just kind of like going like, yeah, I struggle and I've been through shit, but like that's what life is, and you gotta work it and you gotta become better and all that kind of stuff.
My life is pain, but I'm the pain that brings pain to pain. I love that sentiment. That is such a fucking Wolverine ass thing.
And I also like the idea of Krakoa going like, "Hey, since you're down here, can you deal with this bullshit that fucking Creed left?
Can you deal with this continuity error for us?
Can you just deal with it, please? Thank you." It's nice.
Yeah, it's solid. I liked it. I still don't love the art in this book, but I've gotten used to it.
Yeah. We also both read Daredevil.
Yeah, book of the week. Book of the week.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I love Zdarsky just going full. Yeah, no, Matt Murdock's not prison abolition. He's just full prison abolitionist.
Mm-hmm. Also, fucking the way he deals with the CEO in this, I was just like, oh my God, that's what that fucking Johnny Storm story should have been. Like, I get that Johnny Storm can't do this fucking intimidation Daredevil shit, but it was such a fuck yeah moment in a way that Johnny Storm didn't hit for me. This did.
Johnny Storm is escapism of how the world could, like, what you kind of want. You want the bad guy to get taken care of. You want people to do it on their own. Daredevil's like, here you go. Here's the catharsis.
Yeah, and I need that catharsis, especially because it's predicated on the previous scene is a fucking wholesome moment for my boy Stiltman.
Oh, Stiltman got a good moment. I love how all the bad guys are just like, you know what? This is a second chance. Let's be good.
Oh my God, fucking Elektra training that fucking Life Foundation symbiote lady.
Uh-huh.
That is so cool. Like maybe she'll actually get to be a character now. Hmm.
Oh man, Speed Demon is like help. Is like immediately like, no, I'm helping. I'm. What do you need, Daredevil?
Yeah. And the fucking
Bullet
uh
and Bullet
the
just
guy
going like,
going off and getting himself killed for his kid. Like everything in this book is just like, yes, 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 this is what we want. This is
this
what
is
we need. This is how this story should be going.
this is
And next
Daredevil.
week we're gonna finally get to the war. I'm so fucking hype.
Oh man. Okay, here's the thing. Next month is the next Daredevil issue.
Mm-hmm.
The next Punisher issue needs to finish up the war with Ares, and Ares going like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm following you, Frank. And
Yeah.
Ares is a general in this war.
Or Ares goes, oh shit, Daredevil's coming and he's got even more fuckers with him. I'm just gonna back off and let this play out.
Oh man. Daredevil and Punisher are like the weirdest fucking status quo right now, but it is so fucking hype.
Yeah. Like I was talking to a guy at Toy Federation the other day who's like an old school comics fan, like a 30s 40s guy, and was going on about like, man, Daredevil just hasn't really hit for me in recent years because they've been doing so many weird status quo things with him and he's not just been allowed to be Daredevil in forever. And like I don't hate that Elektra's Daredevil right now, but I just wish we had a proper Daredevil book again. And I'm like, but that's what makes Daredevil so hyped though. Daredevil can be fucking anything, and the editors don't say shit because Daredevil always has solid sales.
Yeah. I mean, hey, Matt basically came back. He's been in the book the entire time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There wasn't a moment where Matt Murdock wasn't around.
It's not like he died and Elektra took up the mantle.
Hey, do we have anything else
Hey,
we want to say about Daredevil?
Goat Ross Kino.
I read Ghost Rider issue 10.
I figured you would.
Okay. They beat Exhaust, which is they officially name him because Johnny goes like the rider is flame. This is the exhaust. This is what's left over. So him and the hot goth chick beat Exhaust, and the FBI goes like, "All right, goth chick, we're not giving you any more money." And she's like, "What the fuck? We solved the case." And he's like, "Yeah, but it's weird and supernatural, and there's no proof." And she just goes like, "Shield would have just kept giving me money. We're not Shield. We're the FBI. Fuck you!" And she storms out. The FBI agent goes like, "Hey, do you got that weird supernatural experiment going that we don't want this person sneaking into and figuring out?" "Oh yeah, they just fucking have Danny Ketch like locked in a thing doing experiments on him."
Oh my god.
As like she meets back up with Johnny, he goes like, "What's the deal?" And she's like, I'm out. The FBI aren't helping us." And he goes like, "Hey, what is it? Hey, it's fine. We're partners now. We got friends. We can solve all these supernatural things." And that's the next arc. We're going to be dealing with Danny Ketch. We're going to be dealing with these two guys and one wizard that's helping them, who helped them with Blackheart, because that's what this whole thing was. They were fighting
So this book
Blackheart.
is gonna go on.
Yeah, it's going on. It says at the very end, to be continued.
Nice.
It's been really good. Also,
I'm
that
glad
cover,
it's doing well for itself that it can do that.
this cover's hype.
That is a hype cover.
I read X-Men 18.
Hey, what's going on in the main X book?
So Laura Kinney meets Laura Kinney.
Nice.
Old Laura Kinney basically is hanging out with her boyfriend, Sink, because they spent millennia together. And she goes like, I need to talk to my younger self. And he goes like, "Hey, do you really want me here?" And she's like, "I haven't seen you in forever. No, you're staying with me. I miss you."
You're gonna wear a leash now, buddy.
So she goes to meet young Wolverine, the current Laura Kinney, and they have like a conversation of like, "Hey, I got resurrected, but I didn't see a body, and that always felt wrong because I know us, and we would have fought everything tooth and nail to survive." And she's like, "Yeah." So what's the deal? How are we going to deal with this? I don't want to
Fusion
see.
dance.
I don't want to. I don't want to see you. Let's just avoid each other. And you do realize if either of us die, if we die, the older one, will probably get preferential treatment, and all of your memories will be gone. Current Laura Kinney, like young Laura Kinney, she goes like,
Do they talk to Honey Badger about this at all? Like, how's
oh
she
no,
feeling about
Honey
this?
Badger hasn't shown up.
Oh no.
And basically they go like, all right, cool. And like the younger one goes like, yeah, no, I understand. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with not being resurrected. Oof. And then Jubilee, Dazzler, and Boom Boom shows up.
Hey.
And Jubilee goes like, hey, we're vampire hunters. Hey, want to help us? And they kill some vampires. And Jubilee goes up to Sink and goes like, we're thinking of the name Exterminators. What do you think?
Oh my god.
It's so cute, and it's perfectly in line.
I have to read this now.
It's good. It's good. It doesn't deal a super ton with like all the big dumb bullshit that X-Men been. I say big dumb bullshit. It's a little bit more contained of a story.
Honestly, I didn't read this because I was worried it was going to be a dark web tie-in.
No, it's not.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm here for MILF Laura, as I assume Jubilee is, because I saw that panel.
But yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good. It's all solid.
Cool. I'll circle back around. It'll happen.
I read Amazing Spider-Man number 17.
Oh god damn it!
Now we're talking about dark web.
Okay, do it. I'm ready.
Okay, first things first. I need to tell you, everyone didn't realize what dark web actually was. It's a comedy crossover. It is a joke. Dark Web's it's a joke. It's a gag. Because all the X-Men stuff has been a comedy. It's been a gag. And now they're revealing the joke of the Spider-Man stuff.
Which is?
Ben sent Peter and J. Jonah Jameson into limbo. So he can basically force Peter to eat a fruit to give up his soul so Ben can get the soul. That's the plan. And the way he's doing that is by making a bunch of demons play out Peter Parker's life at the Daily Bugle, tormenting him in madcap sitcom scenarios.
I don't think that would be very funny to read, but okay.
No. Peter Parker saves a demon, and the demon goes like, wow, heroism's kind of cool, actually. Right? Mm-hmm. And then starts turning a couple other demons into like Sinister Six analogs. So that little demon guy goes like, oh shit, Demon Sinister Six. I'll be like Spider-Man and stop them. And so he tries to fight them. Yeah, no, I'll be like Spider-Man and try and stop them. He tries to, but he's a weak little demon. So they go like, get the fuck out of here. What the fuck are you doing? And he runs away. And it's like, you'll see, I'll be a hero. He goes talk to another demon and he goes like, hey, yo, dude, I got magic and I also got a little tiny bit of Venom symbiote. So guess what? I'm going to do something for you. And he drops a little demon dude in a flask with a Venom symbiote and all this magic and stuff. Peter Parker's getting beat up by the demon Sinister Six. And then a dude shows up and goes like, hey, you didn't need another Parker, but how about Wreck Rap? And literally, this little demon dude there's now a demonic Venom Spider-Man character who looks like a turtle from TMNT.
Comic books are bad.
It's hilarious because he's just like just a good-natured dude.
I look forward to seeing Sal's reaction.
Oh, he already did one. He talked about what's going on with Spider-Man and like...
When was this?
Elseworlds podcast.
Oh.
I'm trying to get a picture of Wreck Rap. This is Wreck Rap, everybody. Brand new Spider-Man hero.
I'm waiting for it.
It's coming. It's coming.
Wow. He looks almost as exciting as Alpha.
I think he's endearing as a character because he's like, oh, I can be a good person. Let me be a
Also,
good person.
he's giving me more Battletoads vibes than he is Ninja Turtles.
I can see that, but he is very 90s. Like his front logo is the back logo of Spider-Man.
Can you believe that we're in the middle of 90s nostalgia in comics right now? Can you believe that's what's going on? Can
Thank
you
you,
believe that's
Donnie.
a real fucking thing?
Thank you, Donnie Cates. Um, so yeah, it was. This has been the most enjoyable issue of Dark Web yet, and it's mostly because of Rec Rap. Because I thought he was an endearing little dude, and and it's just like, oh, cool, this guy who was raised in a society of like doom, gloom, and evil, balanced heroism, and it's like, yo, I want to be a good guy. I like that.
Okay.
That's
It's not
endearing.
a bad concept. It just doesn't excite me in a fucking Spider-Man comic.
I mean, with great power comes great responsibility.
Okay, Sam Raimi.
Um, so I'm just gonna warn you real quick. A lot of my books randomly got linked, pushed together. So Moon Knight
Okay.
number 19.
Okay.
This is two stories. One is Zodiac is being interviewed in jail, and literally he is everyone's joke of the Joker. Like, we live in a society.
Okay.
Like he goes like, uh, America only has two forms of art that we created, and that's jazz and comic books. And Japan's beating us both.
Oh my
Japan is beating us in
God.
both. But there's
Oh my
one
God, he's Sal.
but there's one form of art that only that America still rules in. Super villainy.
Brad.
And like all this kind of stuff. And he starts bragging about like, oh yeah, no, I defeated Moon Knight because I killed his soldier dude. And the guy who interviews him goes like, no, you didn't. He's still alive. What? You didn't kill him. He's still alive. What? No, no, no. Answer me. What the fuck? And he just leaves. And he's just like, what the no. It's hilarious because he's just like taken down immediately. Meanwhile, Moon Knight and Hunter's Fist are beating the bad guy, and Hunter's Fist goes like, hey, you know how Khonshu can resurrect us? Yeah, see, here's the thing. Every time he resurrects us, we get more and more violent until we can't be resurrected anymore. Oh, that's kind of fucked. Also, because Moon Knight's trapped in a mystical prison, he can't resurrect us anymore. Period. So if we die, we die. Oh shit. That's Moon Knight.
Okay.
I also read Mary Jane Black Cat.
How's that been going? Because I've heard very mixed things.
If it wasn't for the fact, okay, Black Cat is really cool. The internal conflict she has with Mary Jane in a bubble is fine. Mary Jane having her powers now is fine. It's cool. They even give a reason why she wouldn't be a superhero, because there's a giant liability with their powers. I'll explain them in a second. But the fact that she is the whole problem we've been having with Spider-Man of like, what happened in those 6 months, all that kind of stuff, rears its giant fucking ugly head.
What, did she just go, oh, I don't want to talk about it?
Yes!
Oh, fuck. God damn it.
Black Cat even says, look, I know he did something 6 months ago. And Mary Jane goes, it was more than 6 months. What does that mean? What in relation to any... What? What is going on, ma'am?
Like, it ain't McKay's fault, but damn.
And, like, other than that, it's well written, it's funny. The
Also, what
banter...
is the predication of that conversation? Does Felicia literally have a, like, hey, is it cool if I jump those
No!
nuts moment?
That's the whole conflict. She's going, like, back in the Spencer run, I said I wasn't going to go for Peter anymore. But now that
Mm.
you're not going for Peter, that's not an issue, and I kind of want to try it again. But I promised you I wouldn't, and you already have a complicated relationship with him, and we only really just became friends.
Girl, here's some simple advice. Get a new boy toy.
No, Peter deserves at least a little bit of happiness.
Yeah, he does, but he should be with fucking Mary Jane, and they should have a fucking kid, and he shouldn't be a fucking down on his luck fucking chicken.
Yeah. Also, Mary Jane now has powers, and we don't get an explanation for why, and I think it's related to the 6-month thing. And I don't think it's 6 months. I think somehow Peter and Mary Jane got trapped in a thing for a longer amount of time, and they came out in 6 months. Like, they came out of it, and something happened, and she's angry at him for that.
Could it be that she's angry she has powers?
No, I think something happened in there that Mary Jane's like, I don't fuck with that. And that Peter did something that fucked.
Oh, I know what it is.
What?
I know what it is.
What?
They're doing the Spider-Verse thing. He had the I don't know if I'm ready for kids moment.
Maybe. Who knows? But also Mary Jane now has jackpot powers.
Okay.
She can spin ethereal jackpot, ethereal slot machine. She gets 3 things, and whatever those 3 things land on, she gets a power.
Mm.
If she gets 1 skull, it's a slightly less useful power. If she gets 2 skulls, it's a very bad power. If she gets 3 skulls, she doesn't know what happens, but she can take a guess.
Mm. Wouldn't that be awesome if she just started wearing the jackpot costume, just as like a giant fuck you to dance lot?
Maybe. I like it though, as her being a new jackpot. It's fun.
Mm-hmm. I do also like people like to make fun of Jake Scott Campbell because he really over sexualizes female characters, but I do like that cover. He does a great job of making Mary Jane and Felicia look like 2 different people who just happen to be of similar build.
And basically the whole premise is Black Cat was hired by the dude who ran Limbo before Magic to basically steal his sword back.
Mm.
And he goes like, yeah, Limbo's in flux right now. I can get my sword, my soul sword back. I can't go get it because it's in a location where I'm like barred from. Go steal it for me, and I'll send you back home with whatever.
Okay.
So that's the premise.
All right. It doesn't sound terrible.
Yeah, like, as I was saying, in a bubble, it's a good book.
I look forward to reading this along with the other Jed McKay Black Cat books when they're all collected in one trade.
But yeah, no, it's solid. Their interactions are cute. It's like I said, in a bubble, it's fine. But once you pop the bubble, you go like, oh, gross.
What the fuck is all this?
Yeah.
Don't look off panel, basically.
Okay. I got 2 more books, and then we'll get into other stuff.
Okay.
Savage Avengers. Their Punisher and Deathlock are trying. Deathlock hacks into all the new cyborg versions of his friends and goes like, hey, stop being pieces of shit. And they go like, but we've always been pieces of shit. No, you haven't, you dumbasses. Stop being pieces of shit. Fuck, you're right. And so they hack into a bunch of biotubes with nanites and rebuild their bodies. And they beat Ultron.
Okay.
It is a book of big dumb dumminess. It's fun.
Okay.
And Tiger Division. We basically get the explanation for his powers. This is his origin story.
Okay.
Because we haven't had I can't remember the main character's superhero name. Because it's Korean and I'm not used to fucking remembering Korean.
Yeah, and he looks like a fucking Voltron pilot.
But basically, back in the 70s, him and the dude in red were running a gang. They were gang leaders. and they were going to go break into a military base and steal fucking shit and sell it, you know? But he get caught up in the experiment and got blasted and got powers. Um, and basically through that, the other guy thought he died. He faked his death because he knew people were going to be gunning for him. And the guy who got powers was like, "Wow, being an asshole's fucking shit. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm going to be a superhero." Meanwhile, the rest of the team is like recovering, and the woman who deals with the cards goes like, "Something's up with him. I'm gonna go check on upon him." And we end the issue with the guy in red trying to steal the superpowers from the other dude to live longer.
Mm.
So it's good classic comic book fun with a Korean accent.
Sick.
Yeah. But you can tell me about The Flash.
All right, The Flash, number 790, I believe it is.
It is.
This is the beginning of the 1 minute war, and this is a lot of setup because this is an event that is going to be taking place entirely within the main Flash title, as I understand it. It's less an event and more just a very bombastic storyline. And it starts off basically showing these weird alien motherfuckers showing up in Earth's atmosphere and getting ready to launch an attack. And then we cut to seeing the Flash family, or at least all of Wally's friends, are having a big barbecue. And they notice there's stuffing in the sky. What's going on? Well, we cut over to Johnny Thunder, and he's about to head back to the future to go check on some things. But he gets stopped by seeing that thing come out of the sky. Ooh, what's going on? Then we see our man and Jesse Quick hanging out and busting some bad guys, and she notices that time stops for everyone but her. What's going on? We cut over to Wallace West and Impulse doing their thing, busting some bad guys, and then they notice that there's a big thing about to land in Central City. What's going on? Then we see Jay Garrick just hanging out in a bar getting a drink, and he's like, "Oh man, this guy was pouring my drink and my drink stopped in midair. What's going on?" Then we cut over to fucking Barry Allen and Iris West having the "when is our life gonna progress" conversation. They're in a fancy restaurant, and Barry's like, "I don't know why you asked me here." And she's like, "We've been doing the same shit for like 3 runs now. Are you gonna ask me to marry you or not? Because if not, here's a fucking ring. Put it on, bitch." And he's like, And then we see the fucking alien spaceship land in the middle of Central City. And it throws all this shit down, causes all this destruction, and basically implants itself in the middle of the city there. And this is actually a really well done sequence because if you're a longtime Flash fan, you can actually notice little details all across this map, like the fucking Flash Museum and shit. So good on the artists there. But they put down all these things, and the lead alien says to begin the culling, and we can presume this is something to do with an invasion and time stopping, and all the Flashes are going to be the only people on Earth who can stop it, and that's why the other superheroes aren't going to get involved. And also, Iris got really fucked up and might be dead, but I doubt they're going to commit to that.
Yeah.
It's solid. It's good setup. I like that we didn't just jump into all the punching. I like that we got a little moment to catch up with each member of the Flash family who's going to be involved.
It's a nice idea for like only the Flashes can deal with a thing that's gonna last like 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
You also read Dangor Street #2.
Yeah. Danger Streets.
Danger? Danger!
Look,
Danger! Will Robinson!
Look, I wanted to like this book. I really wanted to be into this. I typically like Tom King. I want to be more into obscure DC stuff.
Is this too Tom King?
This is too Tom King. This is dealing with too many obscure characters who I don't know a whole lot about, and it's telling its story in a very esoteric way. And I can tell it's really trying to say something. I can tell it's really going for stuff in here with all of its gusto and moxie that it can possibly have. And there's some interesting moments here. There's an interesting scene where Lady Cop is questioning somebody who at a convenience store. There's a crazy fucking scene between Darkseid and Highfather, and the stuff with the characters we've already interacted with, like us, the Creeper is interesting. It's just like it's not strung together in a way that keeps me invested, that makes me go like, oh, I care about these characters, what's going to happen next. I feel very apathetic to everything that's going on here, and I have to wonder if this might not be something that works better as a trade.
I was
So
just
I'm
about to.
going to trade weight on it.
I was just about to ask that. It's like, would it read better if you already had the next issue and you didn't have to think about it for a month?
Hmm.
You know?
If I didn't have to go, what the fuck? Why did Highfather hug Darkseid?
Yeah. You also read Lazarus Planet Alpha.
Okay, I thought you were going to read this too.
I may go back and read it because I realize it's being written by Wade.
A lot of people are really into this. This seems to be like a thing that's going over pretty well and is pretty popular. And I'll say the writing in it is solid. Maybe some characterization is slightly off. Like Kara seems a bit more headstrong than I think she's supposed to be at this current point in DC
You
history.
also got to remember Wade's a guy who came from the past and hasn't written for DC in a while.
Hmm. But overall, it's fine. It's a decent continuation of this story. I like the way all the heroes are kind of banding together and working against these villains. Monkey King's interactions with the little girl who caused all this is really cute. Uh, but I'm just say it, the art in this book is dog shit. I
Oh
fucking
no.
hated the art in this book. It's one of those really painted, exaggerated styles that's like trying to capture a very specific moment, and the panels just end up coming off as awkward or overdrawn. Also, there's like ass shots of Kara and Karen literally out the ass in this issue. It feels very 2000s. Um,
I just want to say that Poison Ivy on the cover is giving me Witchblade vibes.
yeah, that's just kind of how Pam tends to look these days. And she does show up in this issue kind of looking like that. But also, everybody has like a weird, dull surprise moment that looks like it's traced from a porn panel, Greg Land style.
Ooh.
And Robin has a weirdly big jawline in this, like a big puffy jawline. It feels very wrong.
Because the cover
Uh,
looks pretty good.
yeah, but it's a completely different art style on the inside. Like, let me see if I can find a good
I'm not
one.
going to be
Yeah.
able to see it from your camera.
Ah, shit. Well, shucks. But yeah, it's not good. I don't like the art in this book.
Fair enough.
Hmm.
But hey,
Hey.
we both read Captain America: Symbol of Truth.
Yeah, this is a solid action issue. I don't think there's really much of substance going on here, though.
No, it's very much of like the good guys are trying to save the lives, the bad guys are going like,
Hmm.
how will we deal?
Let's tap into some more lore shit with Ian.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's solid. I am definitely not looking forward to next month's issue, though.
Yeah.
I don't care for the whole Joaquin as a vampire now thing.
It's probably going to be dealt with in that one issue.
God, I hope so.
And besides, he was always vampire. He always had like that element of him, didn't he?
No,
Oh, weird.
he got bit in this run, dude.
Oh yeah, he did. Shit. I don't care. Fuck it. Why not? He's a vampire. Play with that shit.
This coming from the guy who likes vampires in Marvel.
Yeah. Human Target. What's going on in Human Target? Book 10.
All right, we're here for the penultimate issue of Human Target,
There's penguins?
which what?
Pen. That's very common a name for a penguin.
Oh no. Uh But this is basically an issue where Gnort shows up
It
because
was
Guy.
Gnort.
Didn't I fucking tell you it
No,
was?
I said don't tell me, but that looks like Gnort.
Yeah, no, this is Gnort showing up because remember it's fucking JLI callbacks. And there's a whole thing of like he shows up because Guy sent out a distress signal and he's like, "Hey, what's going on? How are we going to deal with this?" And Christopher has to basically play him off and deal with him in the best way he can. And ultimately through that ends up figuring out Guy's still alive.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go, angry Twitter. Tom King didn't kill Guy Gardner. Calm the fuck down.
I mean, even if he did kill Guy Gardner, it's in a Black Label book. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. But Tom King always insists his stuff is in continuity too. So that but Guy shows up, he immediately loses it at Gnort for revealing his location. Then they get into a whole new fight. It's a whole thing until eventually Chance realizes Guy only did the fuckboy shit he'd been doing in this book because Ice asked him to.
Mm.
So now we've twisted all the way back around to Ice is the culprit. And we're going to be dealing with that next issue.
Neat.
Yeah, very interesting. Is that comics?
No, I read how many? I got a couple more books. I think there's
Okay.
maybe.
Okay, no biggie. No
I read
biggie.
Black Panther.
How was that?
It, much like Captain America, it is a big fight issue
Mm.
where they're just trying to get to
Oh,
the
weren't
thing.
people getting upset at Steve in this?
Yeah, they did it. Yeah, because basically, this is all Black Panther's fault to a certain degree. All the things happening in the book, and Steve is just like, T'Challa, you fucked up a lot. Can you not? Can you? I know you want to try and fix it. Can you not for once? And T'Challa's like, no, I'm a superhero. I gotta fix it. It's my problem. It's like, fucking hell. All right, we gotta fight now. That's kind of it.
And people were mad about that because?
Because they haven't been reading Black Panther and they saw one panel out of context.
Ah, okay. So typical comics Twitter. Got it.
Yeah. Because if you've been reading the comic, Black Panther set up sleeper agents all around the world to basically keep an eye on things and protect Wakanda. One of the sleeper agents dies, and Black Panther goes like, you know what, this is a bad idea. I need to stop this. And so he goes and collects all the sleeper agents. Meanwhile, a dude fucking tries to start a riot and start a revolution in Wakanda. And meanwhile, the one sleeper agent he thought had died actually had faked his death, became a terrorist, and has taken over all of the world's internet, and basically goes like, here you go, T'Challa. We control the internet now. You can just become king of the world and reign peacefully. Because I know you would. We're all good. And T'Challa's like, no! I don't want any of this. And the Avengers are just like, T'Challa, you fucked up. Just give us a moment to solve your fucking mess. And T'Challa's like, no, I'll fix my own messes. You're making this really hard on us, T'Challa. I don't care. I need to fix my own problems. Bruh.
I'm the main character.
Yeah. So it's a lot of, it makes sense for the book. You know? It's solid.
Cool.
I also read Legion of X. So. Three big things happened in this book. One, Charles Xavier goes to meet up with Legion and goes like, hey, I want to see what you've been doing. And
So
like,
then show me your YouTube channel.
show me what you've been doing. And David is immediately like, oh my god, you want to see? You want to see what I'm? Holy, okay. Dad, look at this. Look at this. Look at this cool shit we've been doing. Look at how we're helping these people. Look at all this stuff. And Professor Xavier starts crying and going like, "Oh my God, you're actually, oh my God, you're helping people. I'm so proud of you."
Whoa! This version of Xavier doing that. That's weird.
I fucked up. What do you mean? I fucked up because when he first stepped in, he touched his shoulder and you saw a little zip. And then David starts going like, why do I feel so off? I look, I couldn't trust you because I've always had a hard time reading your mind, and that's my main way of like understanding other people's emotions. And I thought something was gonna happen. What did you do? I'm so sorry, David. I'm so sorry.
Did he fucking lobotomize him?
I don't know. They didn't say. He did something. And David's like going like, oh, I don't feel so good. And Professor Xavier's going like, I fucked up. Oh, you were actually doing good shit. I'm so proud of what you accomplished. Oh, I fucked up. It's great.
God damn it, Chuck.
The second major thing that's happening, Nightcrawler's meeting up with the person who raised him, who is a magician, who does magics.
Cool.
And he's like, no, it's not cool. She was a shitbag.
Oh, all right.
And he goes like, okay, her power goes and wanes with the moon. Pixie, how is she powerful right now? She's like super powerful. Fuck, be careful. And she's like, come on, don't you want to give me a hug? I'm your mom. And he's like, no. All right, fuck you. Magic. She starts accelerating the mutations of several mutants all around the world, including Kurt. That's why he has horns and more devil-like appearance right now. She is forcing an acceleration. Why are you doing this? Ma'am, you can leave this up to Orcus now. Oh, they paid her off to force the mutants into monsters.
Jeez, lady.
And the third thing that happens is Nimrod hacked into Warlock.
What?
Nimrod, the Sentinel, hacked into Warlock, the techno-organic being.
Oh, no.
Who is intrinsically linked to Krakoa. Nimrod has hacked in to the surrounding systems and is attacking Krakoa.
They're fucked.
With bioorganic sentinels.
It's fucking over.
All three of these things are happening at the same time.
All of that is happening, and Sins of Sinister is happening.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
And Forget-Me-Not's dead.
And Dark Web is happening. Fucking hell.
It is pure unmitigated chaos. It is delightful. It is so... Oh.
That sounds really gripping. But at the same time, I have the feeling I'm enjoying hearing you talk about it more than I'm going to enjoy reading it.
Oh, yeah, because it's dumb, complicated bullshit. And, like... It's also continuity-laden and heavy.
Yeah.
Because the way they figure it out is what's happening is Cypher starts convulsing because Warlock is linked to his nervous system.
Mm-hmm.
And then Banshee shows up, the spirit of variance, and he's like, hey, yo, I'm the fucking being of a god. I'm the disciple of a god, like Ghost Rider, but I'm not a Ghost Rider. I'm something a little bit different. Let me scream in your face to see what's happening. Because he's not using the penance stare. Because he's not a spirit of vengeance, he's a spirit of variance. So he screams in fucking Cypher's face to see what's happening. It is pure unmitigated chaos, and it's really good.
Nice.
And that's all the comics, everybody.
Woo!
Woo-hoo!
We did it! Yeah!
Yay! We always celebrate just getting through the comics every year,
We
every
sure
day.
do.
Hey,
I might do that again next week. I might not though, because fucking what's his name? Immortal Hulk guy?
yeah,
Al Ewing, that's his name.
yeah.
His Wasp series starts next week.
Mm.
I'm hyped for that.
Oh, he's been doing a lot of shit. He did the Ant-Man series.
Yeah.
Hey, tell the people
So
where they can find you.
you can find me on YouTube at The Vacuuminator, on Twitter at The Vacuuminator, on Tumblr, thevacuuminator.tumblr.com, and on Instagram at _Vacuuminator. I make all kinds of things. I make YouTube videos where I just rant about whatever's on my mind in the middle of an abandoned fucking college campus. I make tweets where I rant about whatever's on my mind wherever I am in the world. I post figure photography. I read blog shit. I'm a regular internet personality who will hopefully gain some more traction this year finally.
Nice. Hey, howdy, I'm Boingo Writer. You can find me on Twitch where I stream. You can also find me on YouTube where I post a variety of videos, including a weekly review of Kamen Rider Geats called Gateway to Geats. Is Gateway to Geats a good series?
It's pretty good.
I also have scripted content coming on the way. You can also find me on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram, and you can follow me on Tumblr. The links to all of those, because I'm tired of saying them, are in the description.
Yeah, we should probably switch to that more.
Yeah. But hey, this has been No Price Podcast, part of Modular Media, where we do a variety of podcasts, including components where we kind of bullshit around. We just hang out. And Twit. Tell the people about Twit.
This Week in Toku is where myself and True Buster talk about all the latest news and releases from the wild world of Japanese live-action special effects. We're actually delayed a little bit this week. We won't be releasing a new episode on Tuesday. It'll be on Wednesday this week because there's going to be a fan stream announcing all kinds of new Power Rangers stuff heading into that franchise's 30th anniversary on Tuesday morning. So we'll record the episode Tuesday night in order to not get sniped by Power Rangers news.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to support the channel, give it a like, give this video a like, give it a comment, subscribe so you can see this and more coming down the way.
Definitely be hyped because at the end of the month, we got the return of Analytical Fanboys about a Japan comic.
About a Japanimonic.
We're going to read one of those Chinese mangoes I've heard so much about.
In the meantime, Vac, do you have anything else you want to say?
I like money.
Enough said.